So I'm currently on the Swami, I'm gonna show you where the item that you should buy. So I'm just looking for like this one guys. Fruit, fruit and vegetables. You know, especially because many are exposed to the sun and many fruits and vegetables and have bugs and top like flies and it's super disgusting. Used food. That's the other thing that you shouldn't buy because most of the time they're trying to sell you the food more expensive than on the store. And also the fake lounge fly backpacks. You know, most of the time they're not antique and they actually want to sell you a bag more expensive than in Lunchbox or Hot Topic. Makeup is another. ¿Tienes control para este Rubén? No, I'm not gonna do more. Oh my god, it came super lean. Some sellers, they just, or vendors, whatever, they just don't know how to sell. They're on their phone, they're talking to other people, they're not trying to sell you shit. So it doesn't motivate the customer to, be buying from them. And I wasn't recording it, but yeah, for like seconds I was telling them how much was this one particular item, but they were not listening to me. So yeah, I decided to leave afterwards. And you bring the guy saying that for $1, like the items, these are the type of product that like buying from. And obviously like $1 is cheap, it's not expensive. So yeah, there are some vendors that do sell you crap for like like what we're gonna use a natural good price. But there are some that are super freaking deep and sell. And I try to avoid them. Oh my god. So anyway, one of the other things that people need to avoid on buying on stuff is electronics. Or maybe some because obviously some are actually from good brands, but then again like a used computer most probably doesn't work and they're trying to sell it for you for like an expensive price. But anyway, right now I'm just gonna ask for the price of a pack of people towels. ¿A cuánto está este? Este. Sí. Gracias. Sí. So yeah, oh my god, it's fucking hot now. It's already fucking eating. Yeah, I don't know, but it's one of the other things that I avoid buying. How much is this? Yeah, thank you. It's the same people on each other. So yeah, typically in the summer, you will see like a father like in the right corner, the mother in the left, the kids on the or the other family members in separate corners, selling the same brand. Bread is another thing that you need to avoid from buying in the family. obviously jewelry, shoes, most of the time they will be selling, knockoffs. You know, that seem to be like antique, but they're knockoff, and they will try to sell you shoes like more expensive than freaking Ross. That's the other reason why I will not buy shoes from the thrift store, especially because most of the time they are used. ¿A cuánto vale este juguete? Gracias. So, oh my god. Other things that you need to avoid from buying is Tupperware, because nowadays you can go to fucking Walmart, Dollar Tree, um, especially use kitchen appliances. Like I really doubt that most of these items that they're selling, they're actually cheap. Most are knockoffs, or most are like stolen. You know, um, fake perfumes. Fake perfumes is another item that people need to be avoiding buying. Because one time, or it has happened in the past, that people have bought like like a cheap perfume from the swami, and they have gotten like hurt afterwards. Like a rash or a more serious injury, on their body. And so in some occasions, there are some vendors that are reselling, um, clothing from the clearance aisle from Target and Walmart. Oh, and in some occasions, there are some sellers that resell like chargers that they sell, in raw easy discounts without the box and more expensive. And honestly, I don't like buying chargers from Ross or DD discount, because they start functioning like very fast. They don't last long like that, like those antique chargers. And yeah, sometimes people even have gotten hurt of buying fake chargers because Ross and DD discount, they are known for like selling like off-brand items. Anyway, another item that people need to avoid is buying, fake sport clothing. Or sometimes they do sell them in a reasonable price, but there are some sellers, like I said, that are super great, and they want to sell you the fake Dodgers shirt for like even more expensive than the actual like antique brand. So the other thing that all that, like I say, like people need to avoid buying something. Need to be avoid or buying, especially used shoes, because you might not know that it is that you can have. And especially pets, birds, bunnies, guinea pigs. One time, a family member ended up buying, some birds from the farming and they ended up dying like right away. So, because this shit was happening, uh, I decided to go to, I'm just gonna say my local pet shop, but I didn't read like reviews. I didn't read the reviews online because the same thing was happening there. So yeah, I tried to avoid going to random, pet shops also. You know? Now it's Petco and PetSmart. Like, I bought some birds from there and yeah, nothing have happened to them. They're still alive. So yeah, like I see, there are some vendors that do sell items for like a reasonable price. Like from this old woman, I'm not gonna show their faces because I don't wanna look like a creep. But yeah, um, do they pass it? I don't know. Some people are already leaving. It's not. Yeah, they're already leaving. I'm already like, it's already past 12. They usually start leaving like a 1 again. So like you say, I try to avoid from buying from certain vendors because some are super greedy and some are selling shit that doesn't work along. No, gracias. There are some vendors that will approach you to motivate you to buy, their items that they're selling. But there's some, like, okay, that they're only on their phone, they're talking to other people. You will really like right away who would like to work on those things. ¿A cuánto vale esta bolsa?
Ya me voy.
No, es lo mismo, es el bolsa, porque ¿ah?
No es por bolsa, es por piezas.
Okay. Giving. Yeah, there's also some sellers who like they don't care if they don't sell nothing. Yeah. They simply don't care if they don't make like a single fucking buck. And actually I agree with people, they still get paid to stand. If he actually wanted to sell me like a bag, he would have sold me a bag. But he was, what we're gonna use? He was bad. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't know use like a cursing word, but he was just being bad. He's not like a good businessman. So yeah, like what he wanted like more money. Because he didn't like make like a buck today. Like, was that to like who the heck is gonna be making money, or who's gonna be like more to be buying from the seller? Oh my god, it's hot. But yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find like the vendors that used to that, or these two vendors I used to see before. Most probably they're not working today. I'm not pretty sure, or they moved out, or they got like 100%. But yeah, one time I bought from them and they did tell me some merchandise for like a reasonable price. Wasn't that expensive. I already passed here. Hi. Okay. Ya se está quedando la hermana aquí. So one of the other items that people should avoid of buying is candy. Yeah, there's nothing. Actually, nothing that I see they want to buy. Another thing that people need to avoid buying is hair paint. Because sometimes they might be expired, just like with a toothpaste or like pet food. Sure, there have been sometimes that they have seen like in it's just in Walmart, but it's just in rare occasions. But in the Swami, they don't care. Most of the time, it's clothing that you can find in like in a really reasonable price. Shampoo is another item that people need to be avoiding, especially glasses. Oh my god. Did they came here? I'm not sure. But I don't think I'm gonna buy something. It does seem packed, but the problem with me is that there's just nothing that those dogs. Oh my god! Should I like show you guys? They're hot. Also, one other thing that you need to avoid doing is bringing your pets to the family because like first of all, right now it's super hot. I feel super hot right now, and it's worse for like obviously fucking cat. You know, despite this guy had the dogs in this one car, like they still look dirty. They still look like they were hot. He didn't have no umbrella. He didn't have no umbrella on them. You can also put like a hat on a fucking dog. But so like most of the time, like in this particular zombie, like I don't know, like they don't even allow you to have pets. So I don't know why people still manage to bring them if they're not allowed to have pets here. So yeah, like another item that people need to avoid buying is pants. Not flower pants. You know, because most of the time there's just plants that they buy from the clearance aisle from Home Depot, from Lowe's, from Walmart. It's just so bad that I can't find the seller or the vendor they buy from most of the time. You know. So another item that people should avoid from buying from Tommy because this is the other thing, like you're not gonna be able to get like a refund. There are even some vendors that they have a sign on that, oh, we don't get refund or exchange. And obviously, like if you pay with cash, you know, it's gonna be hard to get like a refund, especially if they're louding, you know. But it is other thing, like um, the people need to be careful. It's of giving like your debit credit card information. sure, you know, if it's money from your car, you're gonna be able to, you know, do like a debt bill, blah blah. But then again, like, oh my god,
What happened? Are you okay?
no. So it's better to avoid this type of situation, you know, having your private information stolen. Yeah, he got like a little defensive because what did he? I honestly have never bought nothing with Jelly, you know, but I don't know how it's really is with the refund and you know, but yeah, I would prefer paying with Jelly instead of my debit card. At least with Jelly, you know, you know, like if you're like paying with PayPal, you know, it's double the appear in your like bank statement and you're gonna be able to like do like a fucking gesture and you won't have to go to, or I don't know, most of the time you won't have to go through the process of changing your bank information, you know, or even closing your account. Oh my god. Oh my god. ¿Cuánto? Gracias. They're obviously not, I'm not gonna buy it. You know, they're like antique. I'm not really like a fan of those. But yeah, I'm gonna go the other one. I don't think I'm actually gonna buy something. I don't know. Anyway, other thing they wanted to add on the reason why a person should be careful of buying used shirts. But not only on the from the summertime, also the pepper because oh my god, how disgusting there is this who throw his fucking cigarette on the floor. Together with that. By doing that shows the lack of education that he has. Oh my god, I'm hot. Because obviously it's summer now and that's why like I mentioned, you know, people need to avoid bringing their pets. You're only gonna be harming them. With the freaking sun, they're gonna be with their tongue out because they're thirsty and because they're freaking hot.
¿Esta mano?
So I'm gonna ask something.
Fierro.
El carito.
¿Cuál?
Sí, este,
¿Este?
Sí, este, el 200.
Quería 40, dame $30.
Sí, sí, vengo mañana, porque
Ok.
no me estaba preguntando. Yeah, I only have $20. So, yeah, I don't have enough. I'm gonna check how much it costs. Oh, bombero. ¿Cuánto está este bombero?
Quería 20, dame 15.
Ok, gracias.
15 dame.
Sí. Yeah, it's like a. Oh, now I remember. Because it was like a, I believe like a fake knockoff Barbie from Hong Kong. Yeah, that's like the other thing that people need to avoid. But especially like, they even try to sell you, you know, like antique ones in like a super expensive price, like even more than buying them from the store, like you know, Walmart or Target. Like no, like I basically can go to Target, you know, and buy an authentic candle, you know, especially from Target for like a cheaper price. And most of the time they have them in a cheaper price in the third Taiwan. Another item that people need to avoid buying from is those knockoff hats. You know? Or they're how can I say it? Like those tire ones that had the logo, Gucci logo as an example, but they're fake, and they want to sell you, the hat as if it was like antique. ¿A cuánto la carrera de?
Miren, ya me voy. Las chiquitas estas las estoy de 45. La grande es esa, tengo esa y tengo otra grande allá. Las estoy dando, esas en 60 baros. Estas las estoy dando en 100. Ahí les va. Esta, ya me voy. Se las voy a dejar en 80 baros.
Sí.
80 baros. Esta se las voy a dejar en 35. Y esta se las voy a dejar en 50 baros. ¿Qué te parece? Ahí la que te guste. Esta te la voy a dejar en 35, la chiquita.
Yeah, I don't have enough money knowing. So I asked for her and said, Anyway, so. ¿A cuánto está este papel? Gracias. Sí. Discount at the home store. ¿A cuánto está esta caja? ¿Cuánto? 12. Oh, gracias. I don't know. Another item that people need to avoid buying from the economy is some big properties. And like I say, sometimes they might have like the logo, but they might be fake. Like that. I remember last year when what's it called, when the Danny Cups were like trendy, like I used to see them all the time on the song, and one time there was like a vendor who were selling knockoffs for like for the same price as Target, So like right now there is a seller that's selling some knockoffs or some fake ones. So I don't think I'm gonna buy something. They're from here, but they're not here right now. So it had been like almost an hour since they started to record. So now I'm just gonna check on the price of the birds. ¿A cuánto estos pájaros? Yeah. Yeah, so I tried to avoid from the seller because that's where like a dungeon number bought from, and they end up dying right away. that's why we prefer going to like PetSmart because at least I can do like a disco there. And the swami, you're not gonna be able to do like a disco. But anyway, like I just arrived to a restaurant, so I'm gonna stop the video now.